Trump is sworn in as 47th president from 45th to 47. His first win was shocking and the second one was grand. His first term was not expected and his second term he is needed. In his first term he was ridiculed and his second term he is expected to make the US greater and stronger. This video we will discuss 7 things Trump might do in his second term. Number 1. Economy and debt control. In the past 5 to 6 years, US debt has skyrocketed. As of January 2025, the US debt to GDP ratio stands at 106.5%, while in numerical terms it amounts to $36.1 trillion. The reason for this massive debt include the COVID-19 pandemic, economic turmoil, rising healthcare cost, an aging population, insufficient tax revenue, rising interest payments, and some misadventures. With the upcoming Trump administration, he has already announced the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, headed by Elon Musk. Their task is to eliminate excessive fat and wastage in government departments, making them smaller but more efficient and potentially saving hundreds of billions of dollars. Additionally, we might see innovative strategies to cut down expenses and bring the debt to the manageable range. The second thing we might see prominently in Trump's second term is China, or rather his term will be defined by his confrontation with China. China is growing massively with a huge manufacturing and infrastructure age. It is also advancing rapidly in AI and technology, and in many fields it has already surpassed USA. Additionally, China has already claimed a massive amount of rare earth metals, which are critical for tech manufacturing. Trump will take on this mighty $19.57 trillion economy, which has already surpassed the USA in GDP on PPP basis. Lines will be drawn, tariffs will be imposed, and the trade deficit will be aggressively lowered. Countries will be asked to choose sides. Many China-based manufacturing operations will be shifted to friendly and developing nations such as India, Vietnam, several African nations, and some Latin American countries. Many critical technologies will be kept away from China, and Chinese nationals will not be given job access to key industries and emerging technologies. Additionally, many popular Chinese apps will either be banned or forced to sell to US-based companies. However, China is sharp, cunning, and deceptive. So it remains to be seen who will come out winning and what the consequences will be. Number 3. Immigration. This will be a complicated and tough challenge for Trump. The US Border Patrol recorded 1.8 million encounters with migrants attempting to cross US borders during Trump presidency, while under Biden the number rose massively to 7.2 million encounters. However, these are just recorded figures. The actual numbers of illegal immigrants could be much higher. A huge and almost impossible task for Trump will be to identify and deport these people, many of whom are hiding. This effort will likely face opposition from businesses that benefit from cheap and illegal labor. On the other hand, the US is aging rapidly. The median age of US population is 39.4, while the total fertility rate stands at 1.63, which is below the ideal replacement rate of 2.1. This means the country will have more retired and healthcare dependent elderly people than young individuals joining the workforce in the future. Fortunately, the US is known as a nation of immigrants, and legal immigrants could help fill the workforce deficit and contribute taxes to support healthcare for the elderly. Moreover, US economy is saturated and stagnant, and an influx of new legal immigrants who will need homes and goods could stimulate economic growth. However, a major challenge lies ahead. The US is predominantly a white and Christian nation, while Europe faces an even more severe population decline. This means the US will need to rely more on non-white, non-Christian immigrants, which may not sit well with Trump's conservative supporters. The presence of many Indian origin members in the Trump administration could hint at where he might look for new immigrants. We will explore this topic in greater detail in another video. Number 4. The US expansion and clear division of teams. Before even taking the oath, Trump reiterated that he wants to buy Greenland. He called Canada the 51st state of USA and referred to Justin Trudeau as its governor. He also shared multiple posts on how this would be the greatest deal for the people of Greenland and Canada to be under the US umbrella. Additionally, he posted about Panama Canal, stating that it should belong to the USA. The statements indicate that Trump has his eyes on Arctic geopolitics, as melting ice is opening the region for trade, mining and exploration. Acquiring Greenland would ensure the US gains a strategic advantage. Both Greenland and Canada have many known and unknown mineral, oil, gas, and critical metal reserves, which the US will need to manufacture tech domestically or through its companies. It also ensures energy security for USA. However, the deal, price, and Trump's seriousness about this ambition remains to be seen. As US-China rivalry escalates over the next few decades, Trump will aggressively pressure many countries to choose sides. Non-aligned nations will be tested, and those unwilling to align may face trade and tariff wars. We are entering a new Cold War, but this time trade will be terrifying weapon, unlike the nuclear threat during the US-USSR Cold War. Number 5. The stopping wars around the world. The US primary focus in the coming decades will be China. As power struggle for world domination intensifies, the US will aim to concentrate its forces and energy in a single direction. The Russia-Ukraine war, which began due to NATO's expansion in Ukraine, will be brought to an end. Since NATO expansion was the sole reason behind the conflict, the US under Trump will ensure that Russia's security concerns are addressed. The US has invested hundreds of billions of dollars in the conflict, which will now be halted. Moreover, Russia may be encouraged to adopt a neutral stance or even align with USA against China. Russia's weapon manufacturing capacity and natural resources are crucial and could influence the outcome of US-China rivalry. The Israel-Palestine conflict has already reached a ceasefire conveniently, just 2 days before the Trump's inauguration. This war will be completely stopped to avoid further complexities and maintain peace. No new wars will be started, and any potential threats from countries such as Iran, North Korea, and Afghanistan will be met with strong deterrence and threats against any misadventures. Number 6. The fight against woke ideology and DEI. Trump and Elon Musk are both strongly opposed to the woke ideology, which they believe is harming the US in many ways. Trump will ensure that this ideology is defeated. Many large corporations have already rolled back DEI initiatives, and more are expected to follow suit. Outside the US, especially in Europe, this ideology will be eroded with the rise of right-wing alliances across countries. There will be strong push to return to traditional family values, economic right-wing policies, and energy strategies such as coal burning and fracking to boost the economy. Education system will be made woke-free, ensuring that equality is provided to everyone, but without the special treatment and race guilt often associated with DEI programs. Number 7. Overall system change and reiterating the values of USA. This time, Trump has assembled a team with strong ideological foundation and a firm commitment to their beliefs. Figures like Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, RFK Jr., J.D. Vance, and Tulsi Gabbard all share a common goal, upholding the values that made the USA the global superpower it is today. The focus of this Trump administration will be on encouraging higher birth rates to counter the declining population, strengthening law and order to protect businesses from looting and crime, enhancing border security to curb illegal immigration, stopping drug trafficking from both the northern and southern borders, attracting more legal immigrants to fill labor shortages and support economic growth, streamlining the green card process to make it easier for skilled workers to contribute to the US economy. All this initiative will either be implemented or significant groundwork will be laid in this direction. So these were the 7 key things Trump might focus on during the next 4-year term. Let us know your thoughts. Do you agree or disagree with these points? Or do you have additional perspective to share? See you in the next video with brand new topic.